Right, so I'm here at the good old D-Day car park, and literally all I'm going to do is a module 1 practice for, let's say, practicing. Never get too much practicing on these things. Ooh. God, I'm 19, but I feel like 40. Now, this car park's quite a nice car park built in, because you've got all this nice big area here, which is 99% of the time empty. The only thing you need to watch out for is that's quite a common footpath. And you've got this area here, which when there ain't as many cars, really nice to do no more fast manoeuvres on your module 1. Like your control stop, emergency stop and swerve. You still do your emergency stop and control stop down here, but I like having this bit here clear from the swerve, which I might be able to go away with it. It's just really fucking sketchy doing it when there are cars there, because there's a chance I might hit it, because on the swerve they say you need to go up to at least 32 miles per hour. And the way I was taught is there ain't no speed limit on the test pad. Pin back that throttle and just don't shut it until they put their hand up and just stop. So that was how I was taught. So they've also got a speed gun, which if you're not going above like 32 miles per hour, they God, look all that wiring. They essentially give you a minor, and now what they'll do is now let you go around once. So you go do your big loop, come round, and you get 32 coming through this little speed trap. If you don't get 32, they'll either just give you a minor, or they'll say you can do it again, and if you don't get 32 on that second try, it's a minor. But if it's below, like, I don't know, let's say like 27, if you're going 27 or below, they'll fail you. This is why we like practicing, because I don't like failing my test, and I've got my DAS in about a year, so I don't need to be doing it right now, but I like to. So what I'm going to do now is I don't actually remember the name of it, the Salom and Federal of 8. So what I'm going to do is, while I like this car park, this here is roughly how, well, see how when these lines are? This is roughly how far these cones are spaced, which is more than enough room, but it can be a little sketchy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going back up, and literally what I'm going to do is this. And I want you to do this at about 6-7 miles per hour. And once you've done that, you go around and you get 2 times at the end, which is for your figure of 8. The issue there is you got a big bollard or traffic island sort of thing, which makes it near impossible to do a figure of 8 now. Which will occasionally start from that end, but I'm starting from this end today, so why not? So back up again, and off we go. Well, that would have been a fail, so I would have just knocked that train up. All you want to do is just keep looking at where you want to go. Your body knows what it should do. So all you need to do is just keep looking at where you want to go, and the bike will do the rest. You'll realise as I was doing that, I was just constantly looking forward. Now ain't that hard to do once you know what to do. which I know sounds a bit I know how that sounds, can't think of the word, but literally, and I'm wearing my one-piece suit, it's giving me a wedgie. So, this line, literally, just look down it, you will see in your peripheral, that's it, you'll see in your peripheral vision when the trains are. All you need to do is keep looking forward, keep focusing on what's ahead, and just manoeuvre the bike around. At the speed I want you to do this, you ain't going to be going fast enough where you have to counter steer the bike to get round the cones. As you've seen, I'm literally just moving the handlebars. If I try this again, you'll see what I mean. So look, I'm going to set off. Literally, I'm not going to count that yellow one, so that does seem a bit short. See how I'm literally just travelling through here like it's nothing. All I'm doing is looking forward. And then as I come out, I'm going to check my shoulder, because there are people that will like to walk behind me for whatever reason. And I just go back. Now, figure of eights are, again, they ain't the hardest thing on the planet, they are fairly easy to do. So if I come all the way back up here, turn round, a little bit of rear brake, bring it in a bit tighter. So, what I like doing here, it's literally angling the bike, as if I've just come out of the, I'm going to call it a snake. Literally angle it as if you've just come out of the snake. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head off as if I've just come out of it that way, and then turn around like that, and then do a figure of eight. Again, fairly simple thing. Like, honestly, if you're on your CBT, on the little 125, this is all you need to do really. Like, practice your slow speed manoeuvres. Your high speed manoeuvres come naturally, but when it comes to jumping on the bigger bikes, any bike school worth their salt will give you essentially a crash course on the bike, how it handles, give you a feel for it, and once you've got used to that, again, it all comes naturally if you practice on your 125. So, let's do figure of eights. Right, so again, going to come out, I'm going to use that drain there as reference. So just come out of that, going to look round, like that, and then like that. And then all you're going to do is essentially a U-turn. And then back round. They want you to do two of these. And they do give you a bit of extra room to do this, so don't worry if you go too wide. So like here, I would have been fine on that. Absolutely fine. So go back round second one. One of the best things you can do with this as well is if you're still a bit unsure on whether or not you know the handling of the bike, literally just like I'm doing here, keep on the biting point. A little bit of throttle, keep it on the biting point. So if I let go of that, I ain't gonna start speeding up straight away, but what will happen is if this is on the biting point, realise how it starts revving really high and I don't go anywhere. So if you have a misinput and you accidentally rev bomb, you ain't going to go flying. If you keep it on the biting point, realise how it barely went anywhere. Now, what I'll do is I'll show you what happens if I'm not on that biting point. So, let me take this corner. Again, I'm back on the biting point while taking this corner, just so I have that power. Right, so, on biting point, I've just gone nowhere, yeah? Off the biting point, see how it's completely free. realise how much quicker that picks up when it's not on the biting point. Now that ain't a bad thing. That is how the bike's designed. It's designed to pick up quickly. But while you're doing your test, you don't want to be off that biting point. You kind of want to just feather it like that. What you're going to do here, turn around. So, the next thing I want to do is my controlled stop. So, that little lamppost is going to be my indicator to start slowing down. So again, gonna come up and round here. Normally you have a lot more space, but here you have to make do with what you got. Gonna go up 30, and then I like to try and stop by when the motorcycle bay is. And let's see, I'm quite good at my control stops. So let's try that again, shall we? Again, slow speed corner. You want to cover your rear brake so you can bring it in tighter and be on the biting point. So look, going too wide, bit of rear brake pressure and it came in tighter. So let me get up now. So one of the things they will teach you is you don't have to change down gear to come to a stop. So look, get up here. They literally just teach you to come to a stop in the gear you're in and just pull in clutch. All you need to do, pull in clutch, and that will stop bike stalling. And you now may think, oh, you're in third gear, how are you going to take off? Like I do on any other gear. See that? I felt the clutch engage and I'm off. And then as you're going off, that's when you start changing down your gears. Now I'll run really wide on that, but I don't mind. So, I'm going to keep this in second now, because second gear is the gear I'm most commonly in. So, literally here, I'm not even putting on any throttle. I'm just letting the bike push itself. But I'm going to do the emergency stop. Now notice how much sooner I stop. That there. Now, here's the thing. When you're in second, you can quite easily just kick up in first. But obviously, this being Kawasaki, it then goes straight into neutral if you want to go back in second. But that there's the like bread and butter with your Mod 1. A lot of low speed manoeuvres, and you've got 3 high speed manoeuvres in total. So let's get back up, and then I start slowing down very slowly. On the control stop you do get a bit more time to bring it down the gears, but to do it properly it does take a little bit of practice, and it ain't really recommended to do so, because once you've done your first high speed manoeuvre, you're going straight in for your second one. And once you're done second, straight in for your third. So again, there ain't much point, you're going to be going straight in third gear anyways. Now I am going to pull over, because I need to stretch my legs a little. But that there is essentially the bread and butter of your Module 1. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like and follow. And I will see you in the next one.